Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Administrator Wheeler, for being here. And I want to echo something that Senator Inhofe said. Your opening statement was really fantastic. In fact, I can't wait to post it because I think a lot of people would do well to listen to that 5 minutes of accomplishments of this administration under your leadership at the EPA. So thank you for that. I'm not real certain about the 500 or so people you said you've hired or are going to hire, but I'll look into that. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that they're all important and necessary. But thank you for being here. With regard to, I also want to thank you, by the way, for the final Waters of the U.S. rule. That was such an important move. As you know, the previous administration's WOTUS rule was burdensome and illegal, as have previous attempts at Waters of the U.S. And the fact that you guys finished off one that actually listened to states, listened to landowners, and protects our waters in an appropriate way while also protecting the rights of states and the rights of landowners was really important. And I thank you for coming out to North Dakota and meeting with a number of them at my roundtable. So thank you for that. I want to shift gears a little bit and talk and get your insights on another issue of the Regional Haze program. And this is an issue very important to North Dakota and North Dakotans. And I brought this issue up with Mr. Benevento as well at his hearing process. As you know, we're a major energy producing state, includes coal, oil, gas, wind. We have lots of wind as well. And the last administration wanted to just keep driving emissions down by using the regional haze program without stopping to think about what the program is all about, and that is, of course, visibility improvement, a very important distinction, visibility improvement. But the cost of compliance can actually cause plants to have to be shut down. It leads to plant closures, which seems like an awfully steep price to pay for visual improvements that are literally unnoticeable to the naked human eye. Now, North Dakota is already a national leader in air quality. We're one of very few states who meet all of the ambient air quality standards that are prescribed by the EPA. But the previous administration really wasn't about visibility standards at all. It was about using every tool they could to get after things, both well, certainly in the Clean Water Act, but also, of course, the Clean Air Act. And they tried to utilize regional haze and to accomplish some of those goals. So in August of last year, under your leadership, the EPA released final guidance outlining the flexibility that states, once again, recognizing the primacy of states, have to comply with the program under the Clean Air Act. So with that in mind, I just have a few questions. One, regional haze could be, as I said, a potential reason for plant closures. Do you think it was Congress's or any administration's goal with the regional haze program to put producers and generators out of business?
No, I don't. And I think there's a definite difference between the health-based standards versus the visibility aesthetic standard.
So states toward a goal, but does not dictate exactly how states would achieve reasonable progress toward that goal in their SIP or their state implementation plan?
I believe that's how it should. You know, the problem that we have right now, and we've been trying to correct it, is the Obama administration issued a number of FIPs, Federal Implementation Plans, instead of SIPs. On the regional haze side, we have changed 15 of those FIPs into SIPs over the last 3 years, which is working more cooperatively with the states instead of directing from Washington, D.C.
So just to clarify, states do have a lot of flexibility in how they show that reasonable progress, and they can do that through their SIPs as opposed to complying with a FIP.
They should, and that was the way, it's my understanding, the 1990 Clean Air Act amendments envisioned.
Can you provide any specific examples of states' flexibility?
I'd rather get a specific list back to you.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. That's fine. I just want to, in moving forward, I want to encourage you and Regional Administrator Sopkin to continue these constructive conversations with the North Dakota Department of Environmental Quality as they develop their state implementation plan. It's really one more great example of how cooperative federalism really can work, and have, as as you've stated many times, the goal of actually being better for the environment as well as better for the economy. So appreciate that, and I'll follow up with a question on the record relating to Section 401 and what I think have been Section 401 abuses in places like New York and Washington State. And what the EPA is doing to ensure that the efforts of abuses don't happen in the future. With that, thank you for being here.
Thank you.